Okay, so I've had a hard look at this really, really gross place. I think I've figured it out. What we're going to do is we're going to walk forward. We're going to walk over here for no reason. Ignore all the blood and guts and bodies all over the place. We're going to hit the upper right bookshelf. There we go. We'll go over here. I'm going to look at this book. It's a very fascinating book. Amazing book. We're going to pick up this heart. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put the heart into this altar. For no particular reason. It's just, yeah, something I feel like doing. Golden. So. I redirected some materials from beneath the tower. I planned to simply raise what forces I need inside the mausoleum itself, but the general prefers no more of his family crypts be disturbed. Even so, I may have no choice. The temple will not surrender the Night Song easily, and the general's invulnerability depends on it. I am sure he'll forgive a little transgression if it frees his army to move on Baldur's Gate at last.
This Night Song, source of Kethric's immortality.
Nice name. Wonder if it's a music box or something.
There's also a lot of dead pixies over here.
We might turn it against it.
Dead pixies and broken moon lanterns.
Maybe easier said than done.
There's also a goblet with tadpoles, which we'll of course not be picking up. And a chest. We'll try to lock.
A couple turns should do it.
That's a good question, Colbert. I don't know. There's a Githyanki book? Sure. Definitely. No. And I'm leaving this room now. Forever. Okay, fine. Where is it? Oh, the disc.
Don't mind if I do.
Not what I usually think of when I think of a book, but, you know. We now have 2 Githyanki discs. There you go. Have fun.
This disc is embellished with Tirsu script. But every glyph is bent or mirrored. Every symbol disordered. I can make no sense of it. Wait. The Gavash taught us how to decipher the ancient texts. Let me think. I see the pattern. The writings are fables. No, beyond fables. Heresies. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver. That his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon Ephelaman. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. No. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more.
Sure. If you say so.
Eager for battle.
Let's move.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 Orpheuses. Listen, nobody would ever use undead magic amongst the Githyanki, okay? They're beyond that.
Have to keep going.
I've never heard of an Orpheus 040. Think of that what you will.
Need to learn the hard way. Aye, aye.
Can't afford to let up. Let's see this done.
And meanwhile, mine's like, oh yeah, no, that tracks. God, I hate fighting shadows. Yeah, absolutely, Mortis. As we talked about yesterday, good drow are not rare. They're not common, but they're not rare either.
Still breathing, despite everything. At the ready.
Just don't play Dritzt. Nobody wants you to play Dritzt. It's a rule. The Dritzt rule. Yeah, drow are culturally predisposed towards evil. And they've also got an external force which is pushing them towards that. That's Lolth. Although, in 5th edition, there is stuff going on in Menzo Branson, which I will not spoil. But who knows, they might actually finally be changing the status quo. I rather doubt it, but it is possible.
Crusty road.
Yeah, Illustrate's fine, and, well, there's other options there, too.
It has it.
Survival is all that matters. Light on my feet.
Ready.
Anyways. Forgive me, I was trying to do something in the middle of that fight and it took me too long. Or rather, too short. $17. Okay. And having said that, if you approach a GM and say, I want to play a good drow, that's probably going to involve a conversation. I'll be honest, even I would do that, and I tend to be very open in letting my players play whatever. Because here's the deal. First of all, that needs an explanation. It is something out of the ordinary, and there does need to be some kind of backstory and
One day
or
I'll catch a
cultural
break.
and or history reason to explain it.
What's that?
Second of all, and arguably more importantly, I'm going to look at you right in the eyes and I'm going to be like, you're not trying to play Dritzt, right?
Was that a click I heard? There's something about
Because I'm
these...
really sick of people playing Dritzt. I happen to be GMing during that particular era. It was exactly as frustrating as it sounds.
Hey! I know you! You're... Twist 'em up!
Hey, that's Arabella. Kid from the Druid's Grove. That snake woman nearly did her in. Looks like she's learned a thing or two.
Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me.
That's probably her only spell slot in the day.
That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly.
No, I'm serious. That's probably her only spell slot in the day, and lore-wise, that kind of drains the hell out of you once you're tapped, so...
Tragedies. Them's the sad ones, right? I hope not. Especially since Mum and Pops, after Zevlor, when he... Well, there was an ambush. Mum yelled, "Run!" So we ran. I could hear him run behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it.
Sure.
Thanks, mister. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you.
I don't know, you have
Just
pretty weird
with my
eyes.
Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it.
Muster some kindness for once. I offer you shelter. We can also send her to the last light. No, that's definitely a bug. That's her casting thing. Okay. Camp it is.
Oh, thanks.
Honestly, camp is probably
You're
the
the
safest
best.
place in the area right
Mum
now.
and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
What did it say? We've definitely found her parents. Wink, wink. Nod, nod. Oh god, Innocence, that would be awful.
That's curious. Let's have a look.
True Love's Caress. Bond Caress, one of a pair of magical rings. This allows you to receive a warding bond from the creature wearing the matching ring. In the 5th year of our union, we faced the biggest hurdle yet. My parents became quite ill and we became their caretakers. It was a dark and difficult time, filled with emergencies of every possible type. Gone were the easeful days of which our time was our own, and our days were filled with work, each other, and little else. During our darkest moments, I wondered if we'd survive it, but the bond of love we had was resilient. It could bend and bend and bend, but would not break them out of the pressure. And then we died at the end. That's how a lot of stories end in Forgotten Realms. Then we die.
All these dark justiciars slain in battle. They must have a stronghold nearby or a temple.
Do we avoid that? Like forever? Killenbor's like, yeah, sorry, your wife was
Hero
faithless.
thought but of treasure ahead, did not consider the peace of the dead.
Can I help you?
Through the dark he went creeping, and awoke what was sleeping. A new grave they dug, which he himself fed.
First of all, that doesn't rhyme.
Spooky.
Second of all, like, did you did you stay up all night thinking about that? Oh, there's actually a dialogue option. How long have you been staying around practicing that little recital?
Until it was perfect. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead.
Uh-huh.
Oh. We both know they are soon to be revealed. It would be pointless of me to try to bar you from entering. But I can set the scene, as it were. Prepare you for your role.
So paint.
There is a stage down in the dark upon which a great drama has suspended itself in time. Its actors dwell there still, mired in the languor of their long, tired scenes. If you, however, through the dark, go creeping and awake what is sleeping, chances are many more graves than yours alone will soon be fed.
Could you paint me a clearer picture than that?
Very well. There is a creature that lurks in silence and shadow. A creature who, like me, is very much of the infernal persuasion. Should it make its way out through the very doors you are about to brazenly swing open, you'll have unleashed a pestilence upon this realm. In truth, it is carnage incarnate. So if you meet the devil of which I speak, kill it. Consider no other course of action.
Raphael, when I meet you in person, I will kill you, and I will consider no other course of action.
This creature and I go back a long way. I admit it would be in my best interest as well should it remain trapped in the dark. Or misplace its head, perhaps?
What are we talking here? Lemur? Pit fiend? Orthon?
Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot.
Okay.
Listen here, Pipsqueak. Do not underestimate this opponent. At best, you will have the blink of an eye to strike. Strike first, strike true, defy the odds, for they are distinctly in its favor. That much I owe the bastard to concede. After all, if there is one rule I hold dear, it's that one must always give the devil his due.
Okay. Well, I don't have fly. I don't have invisibility, so I got this! Actually, I think I do have invisibility. But I do not have fly. Oh, we're gonna kill his face off. And we'll do 2. Well, I don't think I have anything else to do right now, so it's this or nothing. And I'm cool with this. We could go kill Gold Lady, but I just kinda don't care. I guess we could find the Shar Temple. I didn't find the tieflings. I don't want to explore. I want to get on with it. Where are the tieflings? That's later. Cool. Where's the Temple of Shar? In the crypt. That's... okay. Where are they, Evo? I should mention that I have tried looking up walkthroughs to this game several times, and what I have found is nothing. The number of valid or useful walkthroughs for this game is so minute. Worse, most of them are for the early access. Even the ones that are not designed for the early access, cut off long ago, like halfway through Chapter 1. I'm way past all that stuff. And that reminds me of something that's not actually a complaint, it's just something that I've encountered a few times in my life, especially back in the GameFAQs days. It's called being ahead of the walkthrough line. It's exactly what it sounds like. I'm sure several of you have experienced it too. When you're sufficiently far ahead in a game that no walkthroughs exist yet because no one's gotten to that point yet. Or, more accurately, no one's written up to that point yet. Dungeons of Moonlight Towers. Oh, Moonrise Towers. Okay, okay. So back to... I've seen that, Ikiclaw. I've seen exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, walkthrough by AI. Not a great idea. Hang on, Evo. I'm not ignoring you. This will be the quick and easy thing to do because we can just warp to here. Secretly, I'm not ignoring Evo at all. Wait, I already said that. Never mind.
Yes, you did. She gives them to you fully formed.
Here? Yeah, this looks right.
Of many hearts, one soul.
It is impossible to keep garment clean down here.
You'll find it all the harder once we're off on the march.
If you think I'm walking all the way
Yeah, I'm trying to find a down. This looks like a down. Cool. Double cool. I do, in fact, have a plan of escape.
Me? Ready for this?
You're being arrested for assault.
Yep, we appear to be fine. Although... oh, hang on, hang on.
Time to press ahead.
That's why we saved, but let's make sure we're fine. Hi, we're loyal. Very loyal. We're so loyal. We're just the loyalist. Okay, cool. We're cool. We're cool. Keep going. I was just getting rid of the guard. You have to get rid of the guard first, Evo. God. Haven't you ever broken people out of prison before? You haven't. Interesting.
Let me guess. The Absolute is the only way. Don't bother. Why don't you and Zevlor take a long walk off a short cliff?
I'm not with the frickin' cultists.
If you're not at the absolute speck and core, why are you here?
I'm here to help you, you morons.
Gnomes next door are up to something. They've been whispering like mad.
Whatever it is, we're in. Don't leave us in here.
Alright, time to leave you in here. Okay, so. Is there a...
I could go for a good meal.
Meal given.
You're being arrested for assault.
You should have paid the fine. Well, god dang it.
I am fury.
Finish him.
I am death.
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have.
Listen, I would never assault someone.
On my way.
Excuse me. Okay, now there's people there. Still can't open the door, which is what's weirding me out the most. You'd think I could just open the goddamn door, but apparently it's not even an option. Alright, hang on.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Be right back, Mr. Gnome. Oh, it's the Warden. Hello, the Warden. Ah, this is another place we could get arrested in. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Did she just go upstairs? Oh my god, of course she did. And she just went downstairs. Are you following me? Is that what's going on here?
This is a restricted area. Time to explain yourself.
She was following me.
Be restricting
She
you
was following
to a
me.
cell.
Anyways, attack her. That was funny.
Stop this for a game of soldiers.
Damn. So, hi. Oh, the narrator here, and not just because she's Malady Colbert. They're both good, though.
Focus.
Okay, so, now she's dead.
Never wanted the easy path.
I hope they do something with Malady as a character someday.
Let's see what this does.
Hey, we rescued Wilburn.
Make it to Baldur's Gate. I must.
Okay, well that was 2, so I need 4. He's fine. He's fine. Are they gonna run too?
Run! Run!
The gnomes are making their escape. Without our help, they'll surely die. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Pause. Let's rewind a bit.
If not over, then through.
I mean, I wanted to talk to Wolbrin anyways.
What's up for discussion?
Nimble. Check for gaps, cracks, anything to leverage the rock. Nickels, tools. Get creative. This rock is basalt. It'll crack with enough pressure. Ah! Don't mind us, true soul. The back wall is weak. We're working to brace it.
Are you Wolbrin? Barkus sent me.
Barkus is out here? Didn't think he had the stones. Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. You're a damn wolf among sheep, aren't you?
Dragon.
I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wolbrin.
Pleasure to meet you.
We've got a plan. For us and the tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure a guard doesn't see you. Or we're both done for.
Okay. Cool. Let's go see what they got. Hey, Warden. Hang on. Let me get the bits of Warden's brain that are still in my boot. Hey, Warden. I need to find some tools. Hey. Ah, yeah. Invasion plans for the Sword Ghost. Sure. Have fun with that one, buddy. Do you have any idea how many people tried to conquer the Sword Coast? Including people in the Sword Coast? Really? I have the key, and it's like, nope. Well, I have a key. Hey, Warden. Okay. Well, let's just grab Wolbrin's hammer. Screw it. Screw it. Screw it! Let's make sure the tieflings are aware of the fact that there's a plan.
Get us out of here, please.
Okay. There's a plan.
Your feet fly fast, my friend. Any luck with those tools?
This is your hammer.
Blessed Gerdel, I thought I'd never see it again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The plan is to wait for a quiet moment, then bust out the back wall.
How about now?
We'll grab the tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's save. I was like, save? What do you mean? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's do it.
We'll move once it's quiet. Until then, be ready.
Wouldn't that be now? Yes. Okay, so now we gotta get to 2. Oh, jeez. Cell 2.
I'll give it a shot.
How do we get to the tieflings? Do I have to open the tiefling cell too? Are they already there? Oh, they're on the other side. Okay. Whatever. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ah, okay. They got the tieflings. Yay. I'm on a boat. It's your boy, the boat.
This is it.
Okay. Now, knowing you, Eva, what I'm expecting here is they'll be like, yeah, they go off on the boat, thanks for saving us. And then, like, this giant shark mouth will just erupt from the water and drag them all under. And that'll be the end of the quest.
Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea.
Yeah, there's just this Sharknado. Yeah, let's go to the last light inn.
Safe? That's no small claim in these parts.
Yeah, this is the Meg 3.
Lead the damn way.
Meg harder. And this is what's going to happen. It's going to and that's it. Load game, because we just got a game over. No kidding, Junk Garage. Which is funny, because the Tieflings had a campaign focused on them. It's called Descent into Avernus.
You drift through the dark until time, skill, or luck brings you to Last Light's dock.
What?
Hold there. You can't just land and start unloading strangers. There are procedures, damn it. No one gets in without being tested. Commander Jahira's orders.
That's valid. I mean, no, that's actually valid.
Here, form a line. Let's see if the Absolute's little pet recognizes any of you.
The Absolute's what? What are you doing?
He's just making sure you're not infected.
If what you've said is true, no one has anything to fear. If not, well, we'll soon find out.
I mean, I would do the same thing.
Now, form a line. I'll not ask again. That's it. This won't take long.
I'm just gonna stay here for no reason. Just in case. Get over here so I don't throw it off. There's a corpse just hanging out there in the air. And a mug. Just a hovering mug being drunk right there in the air. Fascinating.
I don't know, guys. It's fine. Jahira won't even notice we're gone. Even if she did,
While he's doing that, I'm gonna grab a drink.
Mole needs us. I know, but we need a plan.
I've successfully grabbed a drink. It's the finest water. It's just water.
I pity
I'm
you.
boring.
Truly.
They all turn into ultralithids. Ultralith. Oh god, I forgot to pronounce that. What if they turn into hellscapes? Oh, what it is. Roll for drink. I've had players roll for what kind of drinks they have access to before, just for flavor.
Because she did a great job protecting Mole.
Maybe we should ask someone else.
Who? No one cares. No one but us.
I pity you. Truly.
I'm just sitting over in the back, playing Candy Crush.
And you're clear. Welcome to Last Flight.
Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. But I was waiting, just in case. Okay.
Let's just go already. But we don't even know the way to Moonrise. That's why we should leave now.
Damn it all. Thought we
I mean, yeah, exactly. Cure white noise. Knowing this game.
Would do the same for any of us. You know it. But how do we get into Moonrise? We can't fight those shadow things.
We could. I beat up those harpies, and they're way scarier than shadows.
No, they're not.
You know what Mole would hate more than anything? Bad things happening to us. You've seen what's out there. We wouldn't stand a chance.
Seriously, stay put. I'll deal with Maul.
It's our job to bring Mole back.
Yeah, it's nice.
He's a proper adventurer. And if we got hurt, Mole would be really mad at us.
Fine. But you gotta understand, Mole is family. Bring her back, please.
I'm apparently just going to keep ripping out my teeth trying to save these gosh darned refugees. And the game keeps killing them randomly in the background, I've noticed. Did you catch that little reference to Zevlor, by the way?
Why did you rush those cultists? You should have run away.
Should we have let them kill everyone?
That is not what I said.
By the way, you're welcome, Roland.
Did you enjoy relaxing here while I battled that wretched darkness? What were you thinking?
I'm sorry, we got captured by murderous lunatics.
I thought you were dead, you ass! Both of you!
We're all safe, Roland. That's what matters.
I honestly thought you'd be a little happier to see each other.
I thought my entire family was dead!
I'm sorry. We should have been here.
No, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have shouted. I'm sorry.
Thank you for saving me. And the two idiots.
Don't mention it.
Humble too? Imagine that.
He has no cause to be humble. He's brought us back together. A task I failed miserably at. You went out of your way to help us. It's only right you get something in return. Here. I hope it helps.
Thank you. You didn't have to. Alright, so hang on. So, sorry, Evo. I didn't think that rescuing that would turn into a whole thing. I thought that was like a one and done. So you were telling me to go back over this way. Oh, you can't see the mouse. Over in this area. And we still need to rescue Zavlor. I'm sorry, Immortal. I don't always do it, but I never do that on purpose. Sometimes I snark and then pick a different option. One thing this game has been doing a really good job of is making me care about the... There's no nice way to say this. The little characters. Yeah, no kidding, Lord Aramont. Like, there's already been at least 2 large incidents that would just kill all the refugees. Never mind the fact that there's been multiple individual quests to save individual refugees. And yeah, we gotta figure out where Zevlor is. No, absolutely, Mortal. You're right. Honestly, that's something WoW does really well, too. It's one of the reasons I tend to call WoW and FF14 inverse of each other, is because FF14 tends to nail it on the main plot, and WoW tends to nail it on the little side stuff. Okay, so it looks like... Here. Stuff like this, you know. I mean, honestly, the main plot I am most invested in right now is saving these refugees, and that is not a joke. Sure, getting the tadpole out of my head would be nice. And yeah, there's probably some big army threat, which I kinda don't care about. Let's be honest, a big army threat is just kind of a annual event for the Sword Coast.
The solace of the lady's whispers with each slice.
Uh-huh. Camera? Why am I going up here to open the door? Okay. That's true. We might have a little bit of the favorite nephew situation going on here. Yeah, imagine just being like, look, I'm tired of saving y'all, so I'm just gonna let y'all die. And they're like, what? Yeah, sorry, I'm just... You know, it's been a day. I'm just gonna let you die. Oh my god! Don't worry about it. I mean, I'm sure it'll work out. What's the worst that could happen? Oh god. Let's not answer that question either. Camera? There we go. There's a potion of invisibility, which I'm going to go ahead and grab. No reason. Doesn't actually say why they called it the Swords Coast, or at least not that I see. I mean, I know it used to be Illifarn, but that's kind of it. Oh well. Yeah, you ever heard of this thing called The Wall? Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Back to the ground floor, back to the ground floor. Alright. Alright, pathfinding figured out. Hey. Yeah, something I find funny is multiple sources list the Sword Coast as one of the roughest areas in Faerun, which is hilarious because it's almost universally one of the lowest level areas. You branch out east, south, southeast, further east, out to the ocean, you get almost universally higher level stuff in terms of monsters and average level of like adventurers and blah blah blah. Because if you map out Faerun, you can kind of see the level progression like you would in an MMO or something similar, or like an open world game. It's not universal, of course, but There's definitely some stuff there. Well, okay. I'm gonna go the one place I was trying to avoid going. Done.
Only with the objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to soothe. For the scalpel indeed is an extension.
So this is a Sharan.
See how the patient reacts when I but stroke the right nerve. Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy.
These are Sharans. If you've been wondering why the whole game...
Show us the extent of your beneficence.
If you've wondered why the whole game I've been saying that Shadowheart is not a Sharan, this is why.
Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear the patient's sighs of solace. Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver. Come, step forward. You are no sister, but that matters none. Every student is welcome.
What is wrong with you?
Behold, sisters, the very face of ignorance. One who mistakes tenderness for torture. Go on, acquaint the face of ignorance with the true object of our studies.
Absence.
Absence. No other word captures the heart of Shar so very perfectly. It is the scalpel-led journey that leads from pain to peace.
A stinging truth, but a truth nonetheless.
Shadowheart.
What is the light of eyes but the cancer that causes one to witness the laceration of being? If light is the symptom, then darkness is the cure. For in light there is presence, but in darkness there is absence.
In light is presence, in darkness, absence.
You are well on your way, but one white orb disfigures you still. Let us finish the cure.
Shadowheart. You... I was hoping she would be like, ew, gross, and have like a slap moment. But no, she just appears to be totally cool with all this. Which, I've decided to stop romancing you, Shadowheart.
The sisters' blades are bloodied and dull. Only the most measured hand could make a clean incision.
You know, those blades are uneven. Efficient surgery requires further training.
Their incisions are, as yet, still streaked with imprecision. That much I must concede. How to steady their hands, I wonder.
You know, got an idea. See, I personally take joy in performing with a master of my craft. I'm sure the sisters are the same. Why don't you volunteer? I have a plus 13 on this roll and advantage.
I see now. By example, I must edify and quell the light that blinds us. Come, sisters, soothe me.
And that's Shar in a nutshell. You got anything to say about that, Shadowheart?
So, that's what people mean when they talk about
I want to talk to you about your Shar worship.
Did you want something?
Yeah, that... Isn't Shar just so awesome?
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
Why don't you like any of this nonsense that's going on over here? Like, did you... You know what? Okay, whatever. We're just gonna let that go. Notice he's one of the Thorm family. Did you catch that? Honestly, at this point, Kira White Noise, I wouldn't be surprised if that is exactly what's going on. Okay, is this... Okay. Yeah, the fact that she's just cool with all this is weird. And by weird, I mean, I would honestly, like, if in real life, a friend of mine was like, yeah, no, that seems fine, that person would probably not be my friend for very long. I mean, Shar isn't as insane as, like, say, Cyric worshippers, but she's pretty far down there. Like, we've got the evil axis, but then we've got the crazy axis, right? Oh, hang on, where haven't we been? Come on over here. Nope, that's a nothing burger. Pixelating a little bit here. Well, let's talk to the only person over here.
The doctor is absent today. Come back another time.
Yeah, the doctor has decided to be absent every day, as is his wont. Aha!
The doctor's found oblivion. Well, no time to mourn. I'll fix this without him.
That body she's working on. That's Arabella's father.
Why are you treating a dead body?
Not dead. Merely medicated. To ease the pain.
Yes. I agree with that insane statement. And then roll the 1. Crap.
Your untrained eyes deceive you. Now I must ask you to step away. This patient demands my utmost attention.
Right. Hey.
The doctor's teachings live on. I will be fine. The patients will be fine. Everything fine.
Oh. Okay. Speak with dead.
Cum mortuis in lingua mortua.
Extraordinarily
The corpse
useful
regards
ability.
you lifelessly.
So, how did you die?
Surgeon. Sisters.
Okay, why were you in this place?
Zevlor. Betrayed.
God damn it, Zevlor.
Ran. Shelter.
Where is Zevlor?
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Well, shoot. Okay.
Eldurel. Look. Husband to Chimera. Father to Arabella.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Okay.
The corpse has nothing to say.
Cool. So that sucks. We found Arabella's parents. So Mole is still missing, and Zevlor is still missing. You're fine, Evo. This whole place is kind of samey. It's much less, well laid out than Act 1 was. Let's go turn into Arabella at least. Hey, your parents are dead. I'd bring them back, but I don't have 400 gold to spare, sorry. Yeah, Act 2...
Wish we had stone.
Come on, game. Give me camera.
Ah, there you are. Everyone seems to be quite a flutter. Do you know why?
Haven't you heard? I've freed the people.
You did? But that means... Wolverine!
Yeah.
Wolverine! Where is he?
It's a good question, actually. The Dark Soul area.
A moment.
Wolverine, it's me!
I said a moment.
Wolverine!
I heard you might be about. How the devil did you get stuck here, Barkas?
I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course.
Why would you do a foolish thing like that? Really, Barkas?
Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right.
But you didn't rescue me, did you? I rescued myself with the aid of this helper.
Ah, it's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulbrin.
You don't belong here, Barkus. As soon as the way is clear, pack up and head to Baldur's Gate.
But... Wulbrin... The rune powder... We need to discuss what you're going to...
I said go home!
You have no idea what Barkus has gone through to find you.
Please, that isn't necessary.
Indeed. Neither of you has any clue what's at stake. And why should you? It's Iron Hand gnome business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a great deal to do.
Well, there we have it. Wulbrin is safe and sound. Thanks to you. I owe you a great deal. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are. As promised. I give you the brilliant retort. Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded.
Wulbrin seems like a real arsehole.
Don't judge him too harshly. He's been through a lot. When he's had some rest, he'll be back to his usual self.
I know someone like this. Your relationship seems rather one-sided.
Nonsense. When you've known each other as long as we have, there aren't sides. Wulbrin can be a little sharp, but so can I. You should know that better than anyone.
What are you gonna do now?
Well, perhaps Wulbrin is right. Perhaps I ought to return to Baldur's Gate.
I mean, that's gonna have to wait. It's quite literally lethal out there.
Oh, that's all right. I'm a patient fellow. I'm sure you'll clear a path for everyone soon enough.
The Brilliant Retort, 3d4 plus 9, force damage, dex save. I'll hold on to that for now. Okay.
Another way to the city. We've been gone too long as it is.
Yeah, I guess it's time to progress. So progress we shall. Much as I hate to, I hate to progress when playing an RPG. While we're doing that, we'll sort our inventory a little bit. You go there. You go here. You go here.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
You put that on.
What to do?
I've heard bad things about this dungeon, so we'll see. This might be just a preference situation.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Nice place. pleasant.
Undead, neither alive nor unliving.
I don't get it.
Thou wilt.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops? No. No, no, no. I don't believe you.
Sorry.
They'd never leave me. They promised. Get away from me. Go!
Lizelle is inspired. Oh.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Nope. Oh, that's not him. Where is he? Oh, we haven't talked to him in a minute.
Need something?
I met Raphael. Pretty sure you were looking for him.
You did? God damn it. I wanted to be there. I wanted to make a deal. All right. So, what did the old devil have to say?
Why would you want... You know what? I don't even care. He wants us to kill something.
Well, I do like killing. Perhaps if we help him, I can still salvage something from this. He would owe us after all. Yes. Yes, this might work. Now we just need to get on his good side.
Yeah. I think I can do without Golgrim.
The Shadow Curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But, with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
I guess that's it then. No quest from Halsin. Alright, whatever. I don't even see a quest, Dick and Claw. He's just like, hey, what's up?
You wish to speak?
Like, won't you miss being first druid? And I've actually already
just
read
glad
all
to
this
be out
part.
here amidst the Oak Father's
Do you still
creep.
feel at home with us?
It's not easy, seeing the ravages of the Shadow Curse. You've shared your fire with me, your company. A small pocket of light against the darkness. But one I couldn't do without. You're too modest by far. What fate would I have met without you? Rotting in the goblin cells? Dying against an onslaught on the grove? More good has been done since I met you than in 100 years before. Words cannot express my gratitude.
Okay, well, please don't have sex with me.
Yes, I think you do.
No.
Forgive me. Sometimes I forget myself, gazing on the beauty of nature's creations.
Okay, no, we just talked about this. I am not going to have sex with you. I'm going to have to make this whole trip again. Okay. Yeah, but I can't TP back, so we're gonna explore a little bit. The hell is this? There it is. Actually can't see it right now. Do you notice that? Just looks like another bit of wall. Make sure we unlock that. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I've already gotten that vibe. As much as I grumble that Act 1 took me 5 days to get through, it was very dense. I had, of all those 5, of 10 shifts of streaming, only one of them was what I would consider padding. That's impressive, honestly. Okay, sick person, sick person, sick person. Whoa, whoa, camera. Camera. No, no, don't go upstairs. God damn it. Camera! Work with me here. No, it. Oh my god, this camera. I mean, I've seen several games like this where Act 2 is a bridge act between major acts. See Hordes of Shadows of Unretide for an example of that.
That's your name, isn't it? Art colour? I'm Fistula.
Thaniel and me climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
Who's Thaniel?
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing over and over, ever since we found him.
I've never heard that tune. It might be an original composition.
Maybe he was a musician.
You notice the distinctive calluses on the man's hands, the kind only developed from decades of playing the lute.
No, I haven't had time to really browse Discord lately this octave.
Thaniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
My loot? You got it back? How?
I killed Malus Thorn and took it from his corpse.
You killed a Thorn? The Ketheric's elite. How did you...
I convinced him to die.
He needs us. Needs our help. I've been lost in the shadows so long. And I met a boy there too. Thaniel.
He's the only reason my mind survived that emptiness, that loss. He told me about someone he knew. Someone called Hausen, a druid. Thaniel spoke of little else. Do you know him?
Yeah, not carnally, no. One of the things that I keep thinking in the back of my head is, think about all these interactions and NPCs and quests, which we would have never seen if we had let Isabel die at the beginning of Act 2.
Please, hurry. Thaniel is more than just a boy. He's the spirit of the land. And he's all alone. Without him, the curse won't lift. He said Hausen could help. Find Hausen. Please.
We'll never find Hausen. Yeah, I've noticed that you can just be horrifically evil in this game, so that tracks. Alright, Hausen, where are you?
You wish to speak?
Yeah, so.
A survivor? Sylvanus blesses us. This could be just the person we need to speak to. Thaniel is no ordinary child. He is the very spirit of this land. If this fist knows where he is, then perhaps we can save him. Save everything. I will go to see him at once. Join me when you can.
Okay. Well, let's go join him. Magnitudes more powerful Star Wars. Hundreds of times stronger. Probably thousands.
Why?
No, we have not. We've been trying to do this quest right here.
You're Hausen. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes.
I would say WoW, Azeroth, Warcraft is higher tier than this, but I would agree that it's not that much higher tier. Ugh. The big swinging sticks of Warcraft could probably take down the biggest swinging sticks of this setting. But plenty of things from Forgotten Realms could hang in Azeroth.
Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
Okay. I would say Sauron in this kind of a setting would be what I usually call a regional threat. Certainly a threat, but like, that's a problem for one adventuring party going through one module, you know? Sauron would be the kind of person who would be like Malgrim, to use a similar example, which I know you don't know who that is. You know, I will raise this orc army, and I will swarm this area, and that's a problem, of course, and it is something that has to be dealt with, but, like, that's here. Me? I'm not a regional threat, no. I'm not a threat at all. There's no need to look too carefully into this. Let me just put this ring back on here. There we go. Yeah, so he's going over there. Plenty of AoE spells. Well, I have 0. Does that count? It is. I've got 0 AoEs. Of any kind, really. So it should be fun. Listen, I'm not a threat, Evo. I resist the Dark Urge every day. Do we have a... Oh, we do.
Enough time wasted. Battle awaits.
I mean, Lord of the Rings is pretty low tier, and that's something I've always liked about it. It used to be slightly higher tier, but, well, I mean, that doesn't really count.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin.
What do you want me to do?
Thaniel is trapped in the Shadowfell, but thanks to your efforts, I know where to look. Now I must go there, alone.
Okay, that sounds like the dumbest thing I've heard today. And, I mean, I talked to a dude who thought it was okay to surgery himself to death.
No. This opportunity has been 100 years in the making. It has to be me. And only me. But I didn't bring you here to witness an old druid's grandstanding. You have a part to play in this, and I trust you will play it well. With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here, keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs.
This should be fun.
Good. Now it's important that only I pass through the portal once it opens. The magic is fragile. Any mistake, and our one chance will be lost forever. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oakfather's favor, to find a way to part the veil. Pray that this works.
Okay.
Oakfather, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
On the line! Oh, sorry. Different universe. But to really put this into perspective, think about it this way. You know the, Durin's Bane? Durin's Bane would probably be a mid-level encounter boss in Forgotten Realms. As in, the kind of thing we would have already fought at the point of the game we're currently at. Yeah, I'm debating my positioning. Yeah, sorry, the Balrog. The Balrog of Morgoth, excuse me. But yeah, it is 1 Balor. Well, honestly, a little bit lower than that, but you get the point, An actual Balor, which is Beatu? I can never remember how to pronounce that, is honestly probably a higher tier than that. And then there's Gandalf himself, who, frankly, is not a particularly impressive wizard compared to, you know, this stuff. I'm pretty sure Gale is a higher level wizard than Gandalf is now. No, Loner. Balors are based on him, not... I'm trying to think how to explain this properly. Yeah, Gandalf decided to spec into sword. Whatever, I should be thinking about the encounter. So I'm gonna do that. Point being, Lord of the Rings is low tier. That's the only point I'm trying to make. And we're gonna live with that.
Well, well. Look what we have here.
Smaug would be a hell of a fight. Probably like at the level of a Yeah, I can see an ancient. Certainly mean. This is wonderful, this fight already. Yeah, Smaug is above our pay grade right now. We couldn't take him. We could, at this point, with a full group of level 7s, we could probably take the Balor. Or not the Balor. Screwing up my names. The Balrog. Okay, so we're gonna haste you. And we're gonna pop this in ourselves. Okay. Sit and wait for a minute. Okay. Got a job for you. Yeah, Smaug is honestly really dumb. It's kind of a character trait, for lack of a better way to put that. The Nazgul are interesting. Because the Nazgul are actually pretty high tier for the setting. But, you know, asterisk intended.
On the move. Talk to me.
So, we're gonna blow this. For no reason. You know, I'm not sure, Loner. Can someone Google that? What's a high-level shades level in Forgotten Realms? But
Halsin better get back soon.
Heading out.
I can see that, throw the stone. How much health does that thing have? It's got a little. I'm gonna swap it, actually.
I'm ready.
Why can't I recast Sunbeam? I should be able to keep casting Sunbeam. Why can't I? Until the spell ends, you can recast Sunbeam without expending a spell slot for 10 turns. It's like the vampiric thing. We've already seen how this mechanic works. I should be able to keep casting this for the next 9 turns. Why can't I cast it? Bardic roll? Yeah, there it is. Wait. No, we don't. It is gone. It is actually gone. What? That is straight up a bug. It just ate my Sunbeam. Okay. Alright, that changes my strategy substantially. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh god, look at how many people I have to take around. Thankfully, they're gonna walk into the spirits, which is why they're there, by the way. But, okay, the Shadow Weave is consuming us! Shadow Rave. It's probably a limitation of how the engine interacts with item use spell rather than just cast spell, if I were to guess on the matter.
Pontificator.
Must have fallen to the curse.
We should probably go and pop rage now, too. One health. That is disturbingly common in this game, to the point where I legitimately suspect there's something going on with that. Oh, and yes, you can only have one concentration at a time per 5th edition rules. Well, let's see. Literally better than nothing. Nope. One of them lived with 1 health.
Victory awaits.
Well. Look at the conga line up there. Alright, I've decided to romance Lae'zel instead. And walk into the death. Or succeed at the death. Oh, that sucks. So they're all taking damage, it's just not enough. Well, at least we got rid of the trash, so I'd say the Spirit Guardians did their job. Keep succeeding at those concentration checks.
Just have to buy it.
Covered.
Yeah, Shadowfell is doing her job, as is her wont. All I was good for was casting haste. There's those Spirit Guardians. Doing their thing. How did... Get...
Time to strike.
Keep concentrating. You mean I should... No, just keep concentrating. Okay. Come into the spirits. Or go after Carline. That's okay too. Okay. Not a lot I can do here, to be very honest. Let's try a shove. Well, we succeeded, but it didn't do anything. Cool. Yeah, I noticed. That's why I'm like, And we rolled a 1 to hit, of course, as is our wont. Broke the Oppie there on purpose.
I'm fury. I am death.
Yeah, could you, like, help here? 'Cause I apparently suck. Thank you.
Need to stay focused. Have to keep going.
Thank you. Just do your thing, would you? Don't mind.
Take you.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think it would stay with her. I thought it was planted on the spot, so that's crazy, actually. That's much crazier than I thought it was. Hey, Ross. Hopefully it's not as bad as we all are all afraid it's going to be. Yeah, the game's like, no, you gotta kill them all. It really is. Wait, nope, there we go. Jesus.
It's done. I have him.
Where the hell were you, buddy? Do you have any idea what I just went through? Okay, whatever. If I didn't have one spell on her, that would have sucked.
Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be.
I mean, we need to get him someplace safe.
Yes. I'll bring him back to camp. He'll be safest with us. I need to examine him. I need to understand what's wrong. It's almost like something's missing from him. Come see us when you can.
Yeah, the rain's what I'm worried about, Maverick, because a lot of those cities, speaking from experience when I used to live in that area, aren't built for that. They don't have... I can't remember what it's called. There's a whole system of draining water from an area. And cities in, you know, places where it rains a bunch tend to have those kind of setups, that kind of infrastructure. I mean, clerics have been badass for forever. But I'll admit, I didn't used to think that. You know how I mentioned, only an idiot would think clerics are healers? Well, I was that idiot. Because the class I got used to was White Mage. Now, granted, White Mages aren't pure healers either, but you kind of get the point, right? It was actually specifically Neverwinter Nights, the first one, that introduced me to the idea that clerics can be total badasses. This is so much loot, I'm not even sure I want to bother. Chat's like, why would you do loot? We'll call that good. That's good enough for loot, right?
I should speak up.
I mean, I've seen war clerics out melee paladins.
Boots to that traitor. Can't believe it.
You got money, right? Yeah, you got money. Let's relieve you of it. Or, I mean, hi. Let's switch over here. Yeah, okay. All this crap. All this heavy crap. I don't know why I clicked that button. I've never done a barb lock, no. I've rarely played Warlock, because Warlock entered into D&D as a class long after I stopped playing D&D and started playing, custom rule sets. I've honestly only played D&D... five times. 6 times if you count this game, since 3.5 ended. Yeah, I do my own. I'm actually working on my second iteration of my own rule set. The first iteration was good, but I just felt like I could do better, and I enjoy making rule sets. I enjoy designing stuff. Yeah, my family in Vegas has been getting hit with hail. I mean, my personal opinion, Calvintal, I think this game is going to crush Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 in both axes and in terms of overall score. Not that we can review the first 2 games. The question for me is where this game will review versus DOS 2, and that I'm not so sure about. Yeah, Vegas was not built for that. They're okay, but...
Take care now.
Yeah. Okay, so, I'm sorry. Where is it, Ikikwa? If you don't mind just telling me so we can streamline this a bit. I've already explored a decent swath of this.
But it can take a beating.
Let's go to save, now that we successfully did that fight.
Cleric's magic.
I'll be honest, I got really lucky on that fight, because that fight would have gone really bad. In fact, I think I would have actually failed that fight, if not for that one spell. That's really bonkers. How well that spell worked out for that fight.
Despite everything.
I think you're right, Blake Javal, but I don't want to tip my hand. And it's entirely possible Act 3 will just blow me away.
I've seen everything.
In terms of like encounter design or quest design, stuff like that. Where is he? He's like in someplace weird. He's over here. There he is. Yeah, the fact that it sticks with you is just... There's a spell that our cleric kept using which was like that, but it was a specific spot. You made it in a spot, and it just shredded whatever was in that spot. It did more damage than whatever this is doing, but it was static. Now, it was great because you could either plop it on a boss, plop it on a group, or area denial. But that's kind of what I was expecting that was. Well, you can't, Star Wars, because I've never published it. And I never will! Plus, I'm still working on the second iteration, like I said. The Magasan Rule Set 2.0.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Thaniel is resting. But it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold.
So, how can I help?
It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again.
Well, that's all.
Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else.
Any ideas where to find it?
No matter how it's been twisted by the shadows, it is still part of Thaniel's essence. It will resemble him somehow and may show signs of his power. Look for signs of life in the darkness, wildflowers where everything else is dead. The curse cannot subdue the power Thaniel bears. Not entirely. In fact, I saw just the sort before, not long after we first came within reach of the Shadow Curse. Fool that I am, I did not grasp their significance at the time. There is a ruin some way outside of Last Light. I caught a glimpse of fresh blooms there, but did not investigate further. I shall mark it upon your map.
I gotcha.
In truth, I'm not sure. This is beyond all reckoning. It's still part of Thaniel deep down, but it may not recognize that, or want to recognize that. Perhaps it can be reasoned with, but I'm not hopeful. Reason is not something that thrives amidst the Shadow Curse.
Alright, I got this.
This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute. Anything. Just say the word.
Sex.
Good. Now our roots can deepen. Together.
Yep, I've been noticing a lot of the... Oh, we just have a party of 5 now. Sure. I've been noticing a lot of the audio discrepancies throughout the whole thing, but Halsin is the most obvious by far. Even people who are not trained can tell that Halsin was recording in very different circumstances. Pilgrim asks a very good question. Considering the game has a level limit of 12, do you think there'll be expansions that bump it higher? I don't know. Which is not the answer you want, of course. See, they've... let's pull out a couple of threads of facts here and kind of look at them in combination. First of all, we know they really do want to work on DOS 3. In fact, we know that they've already done the beginnings of ideas of DOS 3. Second, they have been extraordinarily quiet about any DLC, expansions, or any further patches other than the touch-up patches to Baldur's Gate 3. Third, they've never really done expansions before. Not really. They just kind of move on to the next game as their general modus operandi. Finally, there's an interview they gave where they talked about how, one of the things, I'm trying to think how they phrased it, they didn't want to dip into the higher tier stuff of 5th edition, because in 5th edition, being level, 13, but being level like in the 15 range is when you start doing the extra planar stuff, right? That's when you're actively adventuring in the high level zones. And they said they wanted to kind of avoid that. Which brings me back to this. I'm pretty sure that they're not actually going to do anything because of everything I just said. But, as you clarified, Colgrim, that's not what you were asking. Do I think they should? What I would do in their place is I would release a patch or a DLC, either free or quite cheap, which just gets rid of the level cap. No new content, by the way. Just nuke the level cap and let the players do what they're going to do with it. That's what I would do in their place. Not only will that open the door on a lot of things for modders and allow players to play around with stuff. But it'll allow people to have more of a reason to be like, oh, I want to see if I can be more efficient with this, or change the experience for this, or whatever, right? Now, they have said they're going to release proper mod tools, and I believe them because they're pretty pro-mod as a company. So, probably going to happen. And yeah, I've seen that mod in Oceans, and we'll see. And yeah, they might release a subclass pack, because you'll notice all the classes they've got for us are all the player's handbook stuff, the vanilla stuff. I was confused, because when I was looking at Warlock, they only had 3 patrons you could assign to. And none of them, well, none of the ones that I would have picked personally were even options, because they were just the player's handbook stuff. So, the stuff from Xanathar's, the stuff from Adventures on the Sword Coast, there's other stuff it would be nice to dip into. But we'll see, because yeah, most companies don't do the big expansion. There are some that do. We're getting a big Cyberpunk expansion later this year, and next year we're probably getting a big Elden Ring expansion, excuse me. But Larian historically doesn't do that, so we'll see. Let's level him. The level of the Druids. Oh, absolutely, 040. To give you an example, large-scale campaigns usually do about that. Plenty of large-scale campaigns, even if 5th edition, are 1 to 10 or 1 to 12. Rage of Demons, we ended at, like, I think it was level 14, 13 or 14, something like that. And we were fighting demon lords by the end of it. So, and yeah, like I've said many, many times, the level cap itself isn't really the problem. The problem is what you do with it. Apparently he's super wild shapey. Yeah, Descent into Avernus, level 13, another good example. And I'm pretty sure Rage of Dragons is level 10 or something like that. 10 or 11. I keep calling it Rage of Dragons. Tyranny of Dragons, Rage of Demons. Get it right, Laura. You know, honestly, I don't know Druids like for beans, so I'm just going to accept that. Yep. Go grab Guidance. That'll be fun. Ability Improvement, because it's the only choice. Well, there's Sleet Storm. That's a fun one. Playing a mobile game. Okay, so let's get rid of all this nonsense and let's look at his actual spell list, shall we? There's Wall of Fire if we wanted it. We could turn him into a straight offensive caster. We don't actually have one of those, so let's do that. Let's make you hurt things. Oh, absolutely, Colgan. I do agree. There's a lot of that in this. That might be so bold. Yeah, he's probably a transformer. Autobots, change microphones. If there is ever going to be a CRPG that reaches out to the common populace, I don't mean that as an insult, but people who are not fans of CRPGs or RPGs or long games in general, then that's going to be Dragon Age Origins. But if there's a second game that's going to reach out to that crowd, it's probably this one. I know that sounds like a joke. It super is not. We need lesser restoration. You always need lesser restoration. Let's grab both our heals. And I don't want any of these, really. Yeah, I would never... If you're not into RPGs or long games or CRPGs, I would not recommend Pathfinder because... the one I played. Because that's a game for people who are already a fan of that concept. That's not an insult. It's exactly what it's trying to be, and it succeeds. Really well. Yeah, I cannot imagine playing DOS 1 solo. In fact, I never have. I will someday if we ever review it, but I have never played DOS 1 solo. Oh, forgive me. Where's Wild Shape? There it is. Okay, so I want... Give me a second. Actually, no, you go over here. No, that looks right. Okay, there we go. All right.
I've got a long.
Well, I was gonna rest, but now we're not. Now we're gonna not. Let's not. But I speak with sincerity. The problem is Wizards of the Coast, and I mean that with total honesty. No exaggeration. No, ha, Wizards are evil and stupid. They are evil and stupid. Let's be very clear. But because of how Wizards of the Coast operates, I think Larian is going to be severely limited in any kind of additional content they could add to this game. Remember, it took a while and extensive effort for them to even gain the license to begin with to make a game that they've been clamoring for making for years from a proven studio who knew what the hell they were doing.
Years ago, before the assault on Moonrise Towers, the Archdruid at the time spoke to us all, inspiring our courage. He was a fine leader.
Now, if you give me a moment. Thank you, Colgrim, very much. I will add DOS 1 to the list. We'll someday go through that. Hopefully with at least a little bit of co-op. That's a game that's a triple co-op positive without hesitation. Possibly more than 3, because it's just so co-op-y.
Once, you could hear nature's symphony in this place. Now, it is quiet. Quiet and dead.
I can make some animal noises if it will make you feel more at home.
Thanks, Shadowheart.
You bleat well enough as it is.
Don't worry, Shadowheart and I, we make tons of animal noises. See, what... oh, sorry, what I meant by that is... He is a big guy. In all sincerity, DOS 1 will probably have a net negative story score. I hate to say that. It has good visual design. You know, its brickwork and its doodad usage are very, very good. And it does a lot of things well on the atmospheric side of things. But the actual dialogue and characters and plot and jokes are honestly bad. There's 2 friends of mine who have, probably not close enough, 2 friends of mine who have gone out of their way to never beat DOS 1 and just move on to DOS 2 because DOS 1, from a narrative axis, just did not catch them, and I don't blame them for that. That's a shambling mound, which I don't want to fight. That's... Let me put it to you this way. If you like XCOM, there's a decent chance you will enjoy this game. I'll try to show it off at some point, because we're probably going to get some combat soon. But I'd rather not fight a shambling mound while I have no short rests.
The curse has torn open.
Low everything. And I'm not going to long rest until we're done with Halsin's quest. So, give me a minute. Yalarians.
Fun. All I wanted was to play. Someone.
This should be fun. It's okay, everyone. I'm a bard.
Boo! I scared you. I saw it. Nobody beats me at hide and seek.
That's him. Like an echo of Thaniel, remolded by the curse. We need him if we're to put a stop to all of this.
Will you play with me?
I mean, you also liked BFA, Huthor. Sorry, that sounds harsher than I intended. I was going for a light joke. I'm curious how Dragon Age 2 will score, since that's our next game. I could play a song.
Not that kind of playing, silly. I want to play a game. It'll be really fun. Let me show you.
In a moment, maybe. Have you seen another boy? His name is Thaniel.
I don't know anyone called that. Don't ask me again. Now play with me.
Oh, no question, Surf. Speaking of someone who played DOS 2 when it came out, and DOS 2 as recently as a few months ago, the difference is night and day. This game we're playing right now, that is currently in its current state, is, to be very blunt, unpolished. It's got a lot of excellent core, but it's rough around the edges. The number of people who've been praising it as the best game ever made, every time I hear that, I just kind of cringe a little bit, because I cannot imagine that they either mean that, or have ever actually seen what a really, truly polished game can be. Or they're a review that was bought. Or haven't played past Act 1, which is a disturbingly common thing in a lot of reviews. In fact, actually, hang on, real quick. Yeah, I've gotten that already, Ikit. I have literally, as of this moment, already gotten that kind of stuff. Sorry, that was IGN's autoplay. So, IGN, of course, gave it a 10 out of 10. Lore shock. This is a... oh, wow. Yeah, no, the IGN review, I'm just going to summarize, says this is a perfect game. That's what it says. No, it isn't. It's a very good game that I am enjoying, and I expect will score quite well. But... I mean, that's one of the reasons why I do things the way I do, Lord Herman. I cannot even imagine having to score and review this game in, like, a day. It's terrible.
All right. I'll hide, and you seek.
Let's make this quick. We need to reunite him with Thaniel.
Find me, and you win.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Speaking as someone who is a tiny, microscopic insect on the internet who nobody cares about, I have gotten people coming after me for the negatives I've mentioned about this game, and for the lack of enthusiasm. To explain what I mean by that, it's, you know what it is, because it's the people who think you're not being positive enough. Something I am very, very used to on my show. And so even I am getting that kind of gluck washed off on me. I can't even imagine what it would be like if I was a large-scale reviewer like IGN, right? or if I was PC Gamer, or something like that. Just, oh, I would be flooded right now. I would be flooded by all kinds of garbage comments and insults and probably death threats. People into there's just the toxic sludge that seeps out of the sewers of the internet, which I have only seen the outer edges of. Usually only when I look at someone else's channel. It's just awful. So yeah, no, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. Leave me alone. The problem is, while I sympathize and understand those reviewers, it's also like it continues the problem, for lack of a better way to put it. It also, and I've said this before, does the game itself a disservice. If someone walks up to you and does a swing, like they're playing golf and they do a bad swing, and you say perfect, then either they know you're lying, which is bad, or they don't know you're lying, which is worse. We can't improve, we can't do better if we don't know that we screwed up, right? And if you tell someone they're perfect by glossing over their problems, then in my honest opinion, that's an insult. That is not doing the due respect that work or those people deserve. My opinion. My take on that. It's why I've never hesitated about giving negatives, even to things that I love very, very dearly, is because that's how I think that should be, you know? Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to go way off topic there. It's just, it's relevant to the game we're playing right now. So let's just cut to the ish. So yeah, you need to reunite with your other half. Hang on, let me okay, you need to reunite.
Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
But you don't belong here.
Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to play with you anymore.
He's fled. We need to track him down. Wherever the curse is the strongest, that's where he'll go. That's where he'll feel safe.
Well, how about through the shadow portal that happens to be right here? Well, okay. I mean, to use another example, Schism Navigator, when have we seen another Dragon Age Origins from BioWare? You know? Or Mass Effect 2. Look, I like a good burger as much as the next guy. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Ready for this?
So here's Daddy. There's Mummy.
Close ranks.
I'll make my own fun if I have to. And my own friends.
I mean, true enough, Lord Harriman. Mass Effect 2 is still one of the highest rated games I've ever reviewed. Well, yep, nope, those Shadow Friends are littles. So we're gonna do this.
Heading there. Stop that! You're supposed to be playing, not breaking things.
Sorry. I mean, I'm not at all, but you know. Sorry. So let's wild shape, shall we? Oh, so sexy. Sorry, I'll stop making jokes. I apologize. Yeah, I noticed multi-attack. Which is that. That's the 5-foot step between, if I am not mistaken.
Time to strike.
Listen, it's not my fault his bare ass is so delicious, and I need 5 more of them for this quest over in the Western Plagues, so... Yeah, to go back to personal relation schism. Speaking as someone who is, again, a microscopic, insignificant speck on the internet, I get tired of some of my viewers every now and again. Not all of you. Most of you are actually pretty awesome, but I do get tired of some of the discourse sometimes, so... I understand, you know, I get it. I get it. I'm not here to cast judgment. Oh, that's why. Yeah, this Huthor guy just... Oh, the worst.
Can't slow down.
You should have just left me alone. Spoil my fun. I'll teach you a lesson. Just...
I will also say, this is going to sound strange, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 is... I'm trying to think how to explain this without it sounding like an insult, because I don't mean it as an insult. It's more of a unique game than it is a good game. But don't mistake me, it is still a good game, but it's more of a unique game, if that makes sense.
You're spoiling my fun. Stop it right now, or you'll be sorry.
Oh, let's go ahead and multi-strike for a bit. Looks like we only got 2, but that's okay.
I will ascend.
Yeah, no kidding, Kira White Noise. It's also worth noting that Baldur's Gate 3 has been hanging quite well in a year that has been absolutely stacked with good games. And we're still going to get some really, really good games in the future. Well, hopefully, some really, really good games in the rest of the year. This year has been bonkers for game releases, like we were talking about earlier.
This is your end.
Why are you doing this? All I wanted to do was play.
Where do I go from here?
Also true, Pillars of Snow. There's a lot of... Or rather, there's very little bullcrap in this game. That is rare enough that it shouldn't be rare enough. But it is rare enough to be worthy of mention by itself.
Oh. Just leave me alone. Why can't I just stay here, playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
I can barely even see him. You have what you want, but not what you need.
He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up.
I mean, if I could give my own opinion on the matter really quickly, I think the Gollum game is trash, and I do, and I'm not going to lie about that. But you will never see me drift that opinion into the developers of that game. That's just asinine. The number of individual developers who deserve that kind of ire is so small, I would have to really sit and think about it, and probably spend some time researching to find that list. You were brave and resourceful. Think about how much you'll be able to help Thaniel.
But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot.
I mean, yeah, change is good. Change can be good.
So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real.
That's the idea.
I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it.
Well done.
Are you crying? You're a bit big to be crying. But I suppose that's okay. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
You're welcome, I guess. I mean, the very game we're playing right now, Schism Navigator, was released early because capitalism.
Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
I don't even blame them. They made the correct choice. But let's be very, very clear. This game shouldn't have come out right now. Ideally. Like in an ideal world. But here we are.
It is done. Now Thaniel will be whole again. I could not have done this without you, my friend. We should return to camp when we can. I must see how Thaniel is faring. With the Oak Father's blessing, the Shadow Curse may soon be no more.
Man, Hi-Fi Rush was legit. I haven't actually played all the way through it, but I'm shocked at that. Yeah, so in case you haven't heard me talk about this before, because I've brought this up a couple of times, they were staring down the barrel of two problems. First, this game was taking so long to make that they were starting to run into the financial wall. You know, keeping the doors open, keeping the lights on. That problem. They probably could have kept developing it a bit longer, but it was starting to be an issue. So, that's problem number one. And that is a huge problem. Problem number two is this year is already stacked, like I mentioned. So they had to decide on a release window which would slide in where they thought it would be best not competed against. And you'll notice that the game came out about a full month before Starfield did. And we know Starfield's going to stomp because it's a mainline Bethesda game. And you want to release it during summer, so that shrinks and then shrinks, right? So they were staring at this tiny little window of release thing, and that's why I say I don't blame them. I really don't. It sucks because it's clear this game is unfinished, and the fact that they're still in the office developing it right now. They're already on Hotfix 4, and they're working on Patch 1. They've already started planning for Patch 2 right now, and they've been very open about that. So I'll give them credit, very big credit. But reality just got in the way, you know? At a certain point, it's like, well, okay. Oh god, where is he? Where am I? Over here?
To find a way forward.
Yeah, if they missed the window, they could have gone for the December release, but there's several games also hitting the December release this year, and that's a few more months of, you know, not releasing, not taking in input. Yeah, I guarantee you the definitive edition of this game is probably gonna be legit, because it always has been. I'll probably buy it a second time just to support them, because hell yeah. God, it's ridiculous, Lord Aramon, it really is.
Oak Father preserve you.
So, hey, we did it. We did it.
Honestly, I never thought I'd make it that far. But the Absolute is a threat to all, and I promised I'd help you with your parasite. So, I'll remain with you. If you'll have me, that is.
I've said it before, I'm legitimately excited for Starfield, but with a reasonable expectation, if that makes any sense. The main plot's gonna suck, the animation's gonna suck, and there's gonna be bugs. And honestly, the core combat will probably be generic. But I'm looking forward to the building, the bases, the side content, dialogue. It actually pops from what I've seen so far. The shipbuilding looks great. Ship salvaging, pretty much everything related to the ships looks legit. I'm really excited about that. But it's, once again, it's not going to be a 10 out of 10 game. It's going to be, but I can't help but notice. Okay, whatever.
So do I. But one duty at a time.
My expectations for the Star Trek 4X are very, very simple. It's a Stellaris mod, and I'm down. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Stellaris lives and breathes on its event system. The base game underneath is good, but ultimately boring. It's the kind of thing that will only have so much... boring's the wrong word. It gets old. Like every 4X game. Like most 4X games. You get to a point where you're just doing the same thing, and that's one of the reasons we have the late game category for reviews. Events are what add spice to Stellaris. Events are what make Stellaris what it is, my opinion. And so, if they nail the events in a Star Trek Stellaris, that's going to be awesome. And if they don't, it's going to suck. And so I think that's going to be the axis that everything turns on. And my throat's getting all gravelly. Apologies. Yeah, Starfield might be another one of those unique games. As weird as that sounds from a mainline AAA developer, I do think it actually will be its own little category, and I'm down. When was the last really good spaceship game we got? Because I can't even think of one off the top of my head. I mean, we had Freelancer back in the day. That was like 20 years ago.
The druid Hausen spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die.
Oh, hey, what a coincidence. That's my main plot right now. Are we done? Is that the quest? Yeah, let's go talk to Arabella again. Then we're going to go ahead and get in that long rest we've been kind of sitting on for a bit. Yeah, no, Black Flag, absolutely. I personally think Black Flag is a good game, regardless of everything else. But the fact that it was a unique game is why I gravitated to it so hard. How many games let you sail around on a pirate ship and ship it up? You know, just it's a ship game. But then it had that wonderful little flavor of, hang on, there's something cool over there, and you just dive right off the ship and go swimming to shore and go do your thing and then get right back on your ship. That's weirdly rare. And I loved it. I was completely down for it. Where is she? Speaking of which, No Man's Sky has certainly gotten a lot better than it was at launch. I've actually played it recently. I was playing it with my niece, and she was getting into it. I still think it's kind of its own thing, which goes back to that unique thing. It very, very much is an exploration game, but, God, it's so much better than it was at launch. I played that game at launch, and oof. Yeah, the fact that they're still adding stuff to No Man's Sky is kind of bonkers. Where's Withers? If I can find Withers, I'll find her. Styrian, who's green for some reason. Oh, that's why. Gotta be up here. Gotta be up here. Hey, there she is. Meanwhile, Star Citizen is a dumpster fire. Sorry.
Leave me alone!
Okay. The fact that Ubisoft started making a pirate game right after AC4, and it still hasn't come out, is insane. If it's not Jurgle, it's Jurgle's chosen, Golgrim. I guarantee it.
Should get started.
I think I have, but I forget right now who they were. I kind of stopped following that story because... But I said we're gonna long rest. I meant it. Let's go chat with our one true love.
These lands may not be under the thrall of Lady Shar for much longer.
Good.
She wishes for Ketheric Thorm to be punished. Her darkness was a blessing offered before he betrayed her. She can redirect her powers elsewhere once he is cast down.
I'll give you a quick abbreviation of it, Qualitas. Okay, and that's roughly where I was.
He's trouble. Worse, he's a traitor. Whatever loyalty he had towards Lady Shar is long gone. It would please her greatly to see him meet his long overdue end, I'll wager.
Oh, wow, Huthor. Yeah. Anyways. Not gonna romance. That's crazy. It was fun to win through conversation. It even made sense. It was a logical development.
So, you found the seat of the Absolute's power.
Put on some clothing, please.
What a power it is. I don't know how much longer I can resist it. Ketheric Thorm is clearly important, but I wonder if there's more to it than that. It just doesn't stop. We are being bombarded by waves of telepathic energy. Wave after wave with hardly a breath between them. I almost dare not rest. Each wave a set of orders to the infected. The order for your transformation has been given many times already. Yes, but the orders are oddly erratic, as if the Absolute cannot make up its mind. I don't fully understand. In any case, the Absolute knows you carry me with you now. It wants to retrieve me.
Why does it want you?
I am the only one who can resist the Absolute's influence. Hence its fear of me, its desperation. Unfortunately, that also means it is dedicating more and more resources to my retrieval. The task ahead is monumental. But we're all that stands between victory for the Absolute and freedom for all. This is not just about you and I anymore. It has become far bigger than us. You must infiltrate Moonrise Towers, discover the secrets of the Absolute, and put an end to it. So we can finally be free. Now I must rest. And you must carry on. Do not let my efforts be in vain.
So, first of all, I know, based on what we have learned, I no longer think she is the Absolute, which was my original theory. I do, however, think that she is Orpheus. As far as evil, yeah, probably. Who's Orpheus? We only know a little bit about that at the moment. The brain theory?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Mandatory. Orpheus, from what I understand right now, is the Githyanki in opposition to Vlaakith. We don't know much else at this point. I mean, it's a really common trope, L40. Think about Neverwinter Nights 2. And the sliver of the sword. Or Neverwinter Nights 2, Mask of the Betrayer. And the hungering, longing curse thing. Think about Dragon Age Origins and how we're a Grey Warden. In Inquisition, we have the Hand. It's really common, and for good reason, it's really common to give the main character of a CRPG like this some kind of significance. and something that's a curse and a blessing to basically force agency upon the player, to give them something to want to do with it, but also give them some kind of benefits, which allows them to be the player. So hang on, let's save here. And just on the off chance there's another one, we're going to go and do another long rest. Actually, hold up.
It's about time Halsin actually stepped up and joined us properly. He's certainly been taking up space at camp for long enough.
So, we share something special.
Very serious of you. But go ahead.
How are you faring?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't been dwelling on becoming a Dark Justiciar. Perhaps seeing the power of Shar unleashed on that land is keeping the thought in my mind. But don't worry. I still have plenty of room for you in both mind and heart.
Okay, that's apparently all that there is from that conversation. Did I see an exclamation mark? Let's see one up here. Hang on, let's scooch up. Maybe she'll talk to us. Yeah, apparently he's just our 5th party member, Zara.
I don't believe it. They can't be.
Breathe, child. Resist not the winds of change. Let them carry thee.
No.
Listen. Dost thou not hear it? Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being.
Yeah, it's totally Jurgle.
Balance.
They're dead. I can't. Balance.
Your very soul is tangled in shadow. Arabella's magic, wild as cursed briar. Her talent is now yours, too.
I didn't... Okay.
The girl must learn the ways of the arcane, but she shan't remain here.
Where will she go? Like, I'm not sending her out there alone.
Arabella holds a power beyond reckoning. That of the decaying forest and the seedling that bore it. But it is unbalanced. Her yoke is already heavy. If she walks thy path, it will surely break. Arabella will depart once thou dost leave these accursed lands. She will find her way safely. Thus, it is fated.
Bowman, you're making me leave.
Fear not, girl. The weave knows thy purpose. It will guide thee, if thou dost listen.
You can trust Withers. If he says you're safe, then he is being correct. I like Withers. I have since we first met him, but I like Withers.
Fade as if it were your own. There is a lightness in her now, veiling the power within, soothing it.
Is that my future? Is that why they died?
It is.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Bowman, for being nice. If there are people like you around, perhaps everything will be all right.
I'll be right back. Okay, sounds like instead of that, I'm going to be chopping off early a little bit here. Jurgle. I was going to talk about Jurgle. Jurgle's domains were twofold. Death and knowledge. I feel like that's the easiest way to explain Jurgle in one simple sentence. He's kind of funny because in terms of Faerun history, or Forgotten Realms history, he is simultaneously unimportant, and yet what he has done has had a huge impact on everything. He kind of directly led to the rise of Baal, the Dead Three, Baal, Bane, and Merkel. And he's also been probably continuing to be the god of the dead behind Kelemvor. That's debatable, and we've talked about that before. But the point is, he's been in the background a lot. Just never really much on camera. This might be the most we've seen of Jurgle on camera the entire time. I'm chopping off early to come up.
The extra chairs are in the hall closet, Opa.
If you could... Sis?
Not.
Hi.
Hey, food's ready.
So what I was just saying, I don't know if you heard me, was I'm going to
Not
cut
at all.
off early in order to go up and visit and do dinner.
Yep.
It's a good time because I was about to enter the Dungeon of Doom.
Oh, cool.
As much as I like.
Dinner bug, upstairs. Go help set the table.
So, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as per usual, we will go ahead and start the Dungeon of Doom. I'm going to go ahead and get out here so we can save ourselves a load time.
Your shirt needs washed.
Yeah, I know. I need to do a load anyways. And...
Upstairs.
Yep, I will see you guys next time.
Ka-choo.